Mute. Mute! You're not muted!
I'm good.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Almost 3 all rights for tonight. Not quite there yet. Took a little step backwards. Welcome to Goof On Radio Stream. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is July 8th, 2019. We've got a visitor. Yes, I am doing something that no other show says. I'm doing something that they don't say. Yeah, that makes sense. Everybody else talks stupid. So I'm going to be like Richie from Boston, because that's how you get subscribers, by acting stupid, a fool, you lie, you cheat, you steal, you hoax. Who are we kidding? I can't be that way. I can't change who I be. See? I try. Well, I hope you had a great Monday. Mine was okay. Still having, man, this is not fun, but I'm not going to talk about it. But I'm just going to say one word, and you'll know. Angus. So I digest. Anyway, as you can see in the background, I've got his little blankie out for the show. I just put that up there for tonight because I saw Renee, I think, said something about Angus. But tonight we have a visitor. Not a guest. See how everybody says, I got a guest on the show. I got a visitor, because that's what it is. Pat Walker. Texas Ranger, Pat Walker. Well, he's here. He is muted in the background, waiting for me to introduce him, tell him he's ready to start talking. I'm torturing him because I know what it's like to be on that end of the phone of the show, and you're like, all right, what do I say? Where do I go? What do I talk about? Oh my God. Yeah, no, Pat's a pro. All he's going to do is just tell us, the intimate details of alien abduction. And his stories are one of the best. When he was on a few months ago and talked about jail or prison and alien abduction, I've never heard anybody ever, not that I'm aware of, me, I don't listen to many shows, but I used to listen to Art Bell all the time. I think I've listened to every Art Bell show there is. And I never heard anybody talk about the things Pat talked about. So, when we were done that night, I don't know how the conversation went, but he's like, I got a lot of stuff I could talk about. I could have kept going. I'm like, well, we got to have you on again. So we have Pat Walker on again. He's a great friend to the show, friend of mine. Pat, are you, can you talk? Can you hear me, Pat? No, we lost him. Where are you? Unmute. I told him to mute.
Hello?
Hey, there he is. What do you say?
Oh, my God.
How you doing, man?
I'm nervous, man. Jesus.
That's a good thing. I get nervous before every show, but the last time you were on was just by luck. That I don't know how or why, what made you call in, and you stayed on for over 2 hours. And
right.
I'm like, wow. I mean, I rarely get riveted by stories like that, and yours are really one of the best. So, not that we have to dive into it right away. We can warm up to the task. So, how you been?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been good, right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah.
If people don't
I'm
know
doing good. Getting hot.
It is, yeah. How hot does it get where you live?
2 days ago was 35.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's in Celsius. It's around 90, I will think.
Is that hot for you?
85. Yeah, that's hot, man.
Is it now? Well,
oh, yeah, that's really hot.
You have humidity, though, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the humidity. That's what kills it.
Yeah, because
like my yeah.
Go ahead, bud.
My friend went to Arizona and he told me that over there's no humidity. It's just
right.
So the heat is different. It's more tolerable. You can tolerate it more.
You don't sweat. You can breathe. You don't feel like you're stifled. So when it's 110, it's not that bad. Really, there's no humidity. 10%, 15%.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. Now, when we get into the next month in August, it'll be 110 with 40-50% humidity, and it'll suck.
Yeah, I imagine that it will fry you.
Well, it's the monsoon season, Yeah. So we get 70% of our rain in these 10 weeks that are just started here.
But do you find out that the sun is different? Like, hey man, the other day, I went outside and I sat down in the sun, and I got a sunburn through my shorts.
What?
Through my pants.
Wow.
I swear to God. Yeah, I know. I lifted my shorts and I was showing my nephew. I was like, look at that, man. I got and I was maybe 20, 25 minutes. You know, when we were a kid, we used to play hours outside in the sun. Now, man, it's like somebody said because I'm getting old.
That's interesting. Now, you want to hear something real? I used to lay out, because of bodybuilding, I used to lay in the sun all the time. I haven't been in the sun. I haven't laid in the sun other than when I would walk the dog. I never go outside. I haven't laid or been in a tanning bed in 12 years. 10 years. Okay, that was the last time I laid out at a pool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just don't care anymore. No, that's not true. In Arizona, believe it or not, in the summertime, we use the tanning beds more because it's too hot to lay outside. Believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have pools. If you lay out in the sun in Arizona for 15 minutes, you get a nice tan. But it sucks. It's a whole to-do. Hey, so
Yeah.
did you get to see the Trump interview with Tucker Carlson?
Oh, man, what a disappointment. I hype you all week. I was writing to you, Rich, you got to be on that. And you were like, it's nothing, it's going to be the same. It was worse, man.
How could it get worse? You're right.
It was worse than you say it, Doc. My God, I thought he would have cracked something,
No.
Fuck. But someone should pump him up to it, you can never find out about that. Not you. Oh yeah, you think I can never find out about that? I don't know if he would, but
he's just like every other president. He'll never know anything.
Yeah.
And there's nothing he can do about it.
They say because they're only there for 4 to 8 years, so they don't need to know.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know if it's that true, but
that's exactly right. Yeah. Why give them all this information if they're just going to leave in 4 years most of the time? 8 years. Now, 8 years it's almost a decade. A lot of things can be done in 8 years, but it takes a year to get going, and then the last year they don't do anything, so it's really 6 years. So
did you ever hear about those security level? Is that true? They say there's 37 and the president is level 17.
Oh yeah, I did a show about that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I can't remember, different levels of security or something like that. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know if that's true, but yeah. I don't know if it's that true, but
yeah, I can't remember if there's 26, 32. I can't remember the number of security levels, but I've had dreams about that. About having security level 7. Yeah, I never talked about that dream.
7, eh?
Yeah, and one of my dreams, I was, and I don't know, from what I was told in my head, it was the year around 3000, and I was in Arizona, somewhere in the Southwest. It looked like Arizona, I don't know, but I went underground and was in sub-level purple 4 purple, and that was where the humans, they were learning how to use their telekinesis, their powers, and things of that nature. And if I would have went down another couple levels, I would have met some aliens, but they stopped me at level 4. Anyway, that's all. That's the only clearance I wound up getting. And level 7. I'm looking right at my notes. I was going to talk about that the other night, and I didn't. Level 7.
Level 7, eh?
I think there's 32, 27. Yeah, why do you say...
37, I heard.
Yeah, is that it? I can't remember, yeah. Why do you say level 7 like that?
Because it's a lucky number, no? Number 7, no?
My lucky numbers are 3, 9, and 11. All odd numbers.
Oh, I thought when you go to the casino, you get all the 7 in line.
Yeah, the lucky 7.
Yeah.
But, I just wish that, nobody's talking about abductions. During this whole...
I know, man.
During this whole time with TTSA, nobody's talking about it. Why? Do you have any idea?
Well...
Too complicated, maybe? I don't know.
No. Well, here's a thing... with Grant Cameron that I know.
Oh, no. Okay.
No, it's okay.
I know. He's okay. All right.
I translate book for him. He's a good, we're not, I help him, with his book. I translate them for him.
Yeah?
And French.
That's amazing. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I give him a hard time because he's changed. But what were you going to say about him?
Well, I'm not sure how it happened, but I'm not sure if he contacted TTSA or they contacted him. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but he let's say he contacted them. He contacted them, and then he tried to bring Chris Bestlow. You know that experiencer?
Which
you
one?
ever heard about him? Chris Bestlow? I don't pronounce his name right.
Yeah, Bledsoe. You got it.
Bledsoe, all right, okay.
Yeah.
I know him, but not personally, but he knows me because of Grant.
Yeah.
And he tried to bring him to talk about his experience to Tom DeLonge.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Tom approaching him. I think it's Grant. And then Grant brought him as a, as a model to use for them, on abduction and whatever, experiencer.
Yeah.
And Grant was trying to bring his consciousness thing into it. His new thing,
Wait, Grant was trying to get him to how?
They talk over the phone, I know that. They talk with Chris. And I know Grant was in that too. So what? I'm not going to say exactly because I'm not sure, Rich, but I know it happened.
I think you lost me. What do you mean that Grant Cameron is doing something with TTSA?
He was in the beginning.
Okay.
He tried to bring Chris Bestlow, as the experiencer part of that, because they were just about UFO.
Well, Grant.
But I don't know how it happened. You follow me or?
No, I don't.
Okay, I think Grant contacted TTSA. He contacted Tom DeLonge, and he tried to bring Chris Bestlow to Tom DeLonge for his show, for his thing.
Okay.
So he can talk about experiencer,
Yeah, now I see what you're saying. But Tom DeLonge turned him down or something?
Well, here's the thing, man. He said to Grant, we are more about nuts and bolts right now. That's what he told him.
That's so funny. That's
but yeah. Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead.
But if I would have been Grant, no disrespect to no one, no disrespect to Chris, nothing. I would have approached it with something different. Not.
I know.
Like Chris Bestlow, I have nothing against the guy, but there's a lot of things that don't fit. It's too easy to, he painted an alien face, right? That alien face was the same face that was on a crop circle beside observation center in England.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, like the 3D one, yeah.
Yeah, so he painted that, and then he said that's the alien he saw. But the crop circle was out for 4 months before that.
Right.
So when Grant was asked about it, he said, well, he couldn't know because he didn't have any newspaper, internet, or whatever. So I was like, come on, man.
Wait, doesn't Chris Bledsoe have a son?
Yeah. Yeah, they all failed a lie detector too.
Yeah, it's an interesting story, but I have my doubts about Bledsoe.
Yeah, but anyway, just to finish, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
There was like a burning tree in his backyard where he said the alien was there or something. I used to hunt when I was a kid, and I used to see that in the woods, the burning bark. And it's a natural cause. It's like the bark makes like a gas, and then they cut on fire sometime. So just to say that you approach TTSA, Tom DeLonge, with that, no disrespect to the guy, but I would have taken a better candidate, I don't know.
Well, that's what.
And then he yeah.
Well, that's the thing that's the problem I have with Grant Cameron is that he's not as smart as we think he is. Sometimes he's so smart he's stupid. No disrespect.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
well, he's trying, at least he's trying. You can't blame the guy.
I'm not trying to bash no one. I'm just
right. No, nobody.
And then he was pushing the shining lady message, and I wouldn't approach Tom DeLonge with that. I would approach him. I would have slipped it slowly. At least get in. If you want to, at least try to get in first, and then. I think it went too heavy on them, and then he said, "No, we're just about nuts and bolts." Like forget it.
But here's the thing: how often is he going to get to talk or talk to Tom DeLonge? So he's showing him everything he has, and that's the best thing he had at the time, I guess. Grant Cameron.
He has more than that. He knows people. Like, anyway,
he knows everybody.
I don't know.
Everybody knows him. He
Not
knows
to put
everybody.
Chris down.
No, not to put him down because we don't know, but because there's so many weird things that go with his story that don't make sense.
That's it.
If one thing's bad, I say it's all bad. That's the thing. You never know. That could be a great story, which it is. You know what I mean? And we're just pushing it aside. Well, thank God there's people like Grant Cameron who believes everything. So I made a video this morning, and I was talking about this. And tell me if you kind of agree with To the Stars Academy, because here's what they did. A lot of people think this is a push for disclosure, and you know why? And I said it in the video. It's because so many things happened and so many documents were brought forward in a short amount of time that people thought disclosure was coming. But you know what? The only thing that was above and beyond were the videos. Everything else was just like every other piece of evidence we get over the years.
Exactly.
So there was just quantity, not quality. I mean, it was quality, but it wasn't A+, A grade, over the top, disclosures on the way evidence. And everybody's getting excited because so many things were going on at one time. And even this year, the Admiral Wilson documents, the alien autopsy now might be real, which I know it's not, but Linda Moulton Howdy Doody thinks it is. And then they got these other documents. What?
Will McBride, he thinks it's true.
That's okay, man.
He's got that.
That's I know, but you know what? Everybody's got their own way of believing.
Yeah.
So, but when it was deemed a fake, and when Santilli told us how he faked it, I don't see how you could turn around and say, everything I said 10 years ago, forget it. It's real. You can't forget it.
Yeah.
Because you explained how you faked it. Well, anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think there's just a lot of stuff and not a lot of quality? Because this TV show ended with the big fat dud, unidentified, but that was it for me with TT.
Was it? But it's forgotten after 2 weeks.
I know.
It's falling the same old UFO TV stuff.
Same with the evidence.
There's a trick to UFO. UFO means unidentified flying object. It doesn't mean it's alien. So I think they stick with that, and they don't. And it's just we've been hearing it for 70 years. Flying saucer. I mean, it's older than dirt. But it's like they don't want to get out of that. They don't even want to see, like, they don't even want to question who's driving the ship. Nothing.
I know.
It's I don't know. These shows don't really do it for me, Rich.
Well, it's not.
I know you like this stuff a lot, though.
Huh? Well, I like it. I mean, because it's what I'm into, but I don't love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't. Nobody knows what they're doing, I guess.
Well, it was good. It's good for the skeptic and all that. And I'm sure a lot of people got into it because of them. I mean, it cannot be bad. It's bad for us because we want the slap. We want to get slapped, But but I think it helps, I think it's helped the community in some way. I don't know. Am I wrong in saying that?
I think you're wrong.
But, yeah.
You know why? I'll tell you why. I think the show fell flat. It had 2 good episodes, and the rest was just rehashing stuff we already knew. All right? And that is...
You knew.
No, I knew. Well, yeah, I didn't finish what I was going to say. So...
Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. So, yeah, for us in the UFO community, it's the same stuff over and over. But it didn't even reach that many Americans. The ratings went down over 60% by the 6th episode from the first one. So they lost 62% of their audience after episode 1. After the first week, after the first week, they went down 38% in viewership. That's how bad that first episode was, and I thought it was bad. I was hoping it would be good. I would have said it. If it was good, it would have been good.
Yeah.
Just like episodes 3 and 4, I thought were fantastic. And it only took 5 minutes of that show out of an hour to be fantastic. But that's the problem. It's not reaching the audience they thought that it would reach.
No, because
the public.
Because
I want you to try this whenever you can. Go up to somebody, maybe you barely know your neighbor, and ask them, do you know what UAP is? They won't know.
Nobody knows that.
Nobody. You say UFO, and he goes, yeah, I know what a UFO is. So why try to change it? It's not going to work. It'll work with us, but that's a 10-year thing. That's just not going to happen. UAP's done.
Well, why do they want to change it?
Because UAP doesn't have the stigma attached to it that UFOs do. UFO has
the
secrecy.
Alien part, right?
No, well, probably. No, but if you think about UAP is unidentified aerial phenomena, and the phenomena part doesn't mean alien. It means it could be an energy source. It could be
that's it.
You know what I mean? It could be a whole bunch of stuff. So that's what they learned. That by saying UAP, it doesn't mean it's alien. It doesn't. It could be from Earth. It could be something. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. They try to hide that part. They don't want to talk about that part at all. They don't want to go there at all.
They don't.
They never mention nothing about alien or visitation or someone got taken, saw beings. Nothing. They stick to that machine. That's it.
Yeah. Yep, exactly
That's
right.
That's why I'm not interested in it.
Well, there was that episode, episode 3 or 4, where Lou Elizondo was talking to a superior, and the superior said, I'm not going to let you get into looking into demons. And Lou's like, frickin' demons? Yeah, they're demons. That's what these aliens are. That's what his superiors told him. Now, with that...
Yeah, but they're super religious.
Right. They're going back to 1776 time, man.
Yeah, there you go. I got something good to tell you about that.
All right. Let's hear it.
Well, go ahead, Dolphin.
I was kind of segueing into you because I was going to ask you if any of your alien abductions ever hinted towards that devilish type of stuff. But you were going to say something first, I think. So why don't you say that and then answer the question?
Okay, well, one time, it has to do with, or believe in religion. I mean, are you really religious?
Me?
Do you know, do you know, how to say, our Father in heaven, that prayer? Do you know it?
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us those who trespass against us. Believe us not to deliver us from evil. Something like that.
Okay, well.
There's a little rich
history.
Well,
me, I don't know, man.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get to what I want to say, though, but just so you.
But I'm not religious.
So, yeah.
I just went to Catholic school for a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm Catholic too. I was baptized and all that too, but I never got into it like that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not in my. It's not in me.
It's not in your DNA.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait. So I think it's not in me, right? So I never got into it. So how can I, you know? So anyway, one time I woke up because there was an entity that was holding my bed cover on my mouth. And at first, I was not scared. So I was like, hey, you know, I was just like, hey. But in French, I was like, get out. I was trying to be tough, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You know? But then he squeezed harder. And then I started to get scared, but I got really, really scared, like, and really, really fast. And I got so scared, Rich, man, that I start saying Our Father in Heaven. I don't even know the prayer.
Wow.
It just came out, Our Father in French, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then it went away. So the entity went away, but it came back. I don't know if it's the same, but anyway, just to finish with this one.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, you know, how can why in my deepest fear, I start praying something that I never study or, you know, like really got into it. And I said, it's probably programmed in our DNA, you know, it's you know, since Jesus' time, you know, it's been told over and over and over, and maybe we carry like something in our DNA that I don't know. I don't understand how I came up with that prayer. Like I never understand that part. Yeah.
But you
So,
said
okay.
Yeah. I was just letting you finish. I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, okay.
Weren't you raised Catholic though? And did your parents or anybody say that prayer around you?
My mom.
No, you just.
Yeah.
You know what? That is really strange that you knew it though, because.
Yeah, no, I can't even say it now.
So.
Like,
but that may be that's interesting what you said. Maybe in times of, you know, when you're frightened, maybe it's in our DNA to know that verse or something.
Yeah, or maybe like a memory. Mm-hmm. Because when I saw my mom pray, it was always like in bad time. So maybe as a kid I recorded that, and then in my deepest fear it came. I don't know, man.
Yeah, no. How old were you when that happened?
38.
Oh, this wasn't long ago at all. Okay.
No, like 10 years.
Yeah. Holy mackerel. So.
Yeah, so the 2 days after, it came back.
Oh.
And then this time I was like, I want to know who it is, or, you know, what is it?
Yeah.
So when he came, I was like paralyzed on the bed. But then I managed I couldn't look at him. It was right in front of me. But I could look. I just could look. I slide my ass off the bed. My bed's maybe 1 foot from the floor, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was just trying to get up. And I couldn't get up, so I slide. I fell on my ass, then I got on my knees, like, you know, like my butt touching my ankle. And then I was like trying to get my head up, and I could look at him. And then I stretched my hand with all the strength I had, like, and then I said, "What did you want?" I say it in English. I was like, "What do you want?" And then I could look at him now, and it was all dark with a red glow around it.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a comic book, but that's what I saw, man. And they had red eyes, right? And it was about 6'5". And then I was like, and then he didn't, I don't know if he said something, but then I said, "What's your name?" And then he said, "S. Knowing." And then poof, it stuck there. And I was not paralyzed anymore. Did I search that name, man? Oh my God. I found a company in Italy that has private jet. That's called S. Knowing, but that's it. I never found that. I don't know if I pronounced it good, if I heard it good, if it was a name or less you knowing, or I don't know, man.
Well, it almost sounds like it's snowing out, like snowstorm. Was it snowing out?
No.
I don't know, man.
No, but that's what he said to me, and that's the name he said to me, S. Knowing. Maybe I pronounced it bad,
Was this the second time, because you saw it 2 days earlier, so was that the second time you've ever seen this?
Well, I didn't see it 2 days earlier. I didn't see nothing because I had a cover in my head. Oh. But I had the same feeling of the presence and the fear.
Okay.
That's how I said, "Oh, he's back." So maybe it was not the same, but it gave me the same feeling that it was the same entity. And I talked with another abductee one time, and he's in the military in the state, and he said that when people do bad to him, like something would happen to them.
Wow, because I say the same thing I have the same kind of thing.
Okay, well, listen to this one.
That's crazy.
So this guy, I only met him after my experience. So I'm in jail, right?
Yep.
I'm in a wing with 200 people. It's 3 floors on each side. And that jail, this is where they hang all the people in Canada when the fatal sentence, when you get sentenced to death.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so they hang people there for till up in the 60s.
Jeez.
So that jail is crazy paranormal stuff in there.
Right.
It's not right. So, oh man, I lost what I want to say. Oh man, what I was saying. Sorry, man.
You said you were in jail.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So there's 200 people, right? And then when I got abducted the first time, and there, with the flash of light, and when they took my sperm, and
yeah.
The next morning, I got out the cell, and then we all go to breakfast, and then I told a few guys, and I said, "Hey, man, I got taken yesterday by extraterrestrial." And they all laughing at me, what did you take? The big laugh. But I was not mad. I was laughing too, because I was like, they're crazy, man. This was real. Wow, they don't know nothing.
Right.
And then there was this old man in there in his late 50s, and he was taking care of the library. He was bringing book back, and he was reading a book in a day. This guy was nuts. He could read, super fast.
Right.
So he started picking on me. Meanful joke.
Yeah.
But I laughed, because I was just like, you're so ignorant. You have no clue. So a few weeks goes by. I'm in my cell, and then 2 guys comes in they're like, "Hey man, the guy downstairs, he said you hit him or something." Or I said, "What? What are you talking about?" And he said his nose is all busted, and he's talking about you. So I go down. I said, "What's going on?" You know. Sorry, I'm really nervous, man.
No, you're good.
Oh my God.
Relax. It's just us.
All right.
Nobody's here.
Yeah, I'm good.
Just the 4,000 people
So
listening.
Yeah, right. That's true, right? So anyway, right. So I go down to see the guy, and he's sitting down on a picnic table, you know.
Right.
And I go up. He lifts his head. He see me. Hey, buddy, man, I never see a guy scared like that. This guy got up the picnic table and started backing up. He's like, "Stay away from me," in French. He's like, "Hey, buddy, man, I was completely lost. Like, I was like, what's going on?" I didn't know what. I said, "What's wrong? What's going on? What happened?" And he didn't want to tell nothing. It was just, and this guy changed his cell to another cell. And then it took me like a half an hour to get him out, to tell me what happened. And supposedly he got up in the night to take a leak. Mm-hmm. And when he got up, he said something pushed him in the back so hard that he fell. And he said if he would have put, because the sink is right on top of the toilet, he said if he would have put his hand, he would be dead.
Oh,
so, and all his forehead was split with stitches.
Jesus.
Like, and I was like, okay, but what the hell I have to do with this? I didn't go in your cell at night, you know? And he thought it was because he laughed at me of my alien. So he thought, because it was clearly an entity that pushed him, but I don't think it's the alien.
Right.
And then he relayed that to me right away, you know, like, but the guy was a super skeptic non-believer, like, in nothing, you know? So then I met the other guy, abductee, and then he's telling me, things like that happened to me too. So you too, it happened to you too, you were saying? Rich?
Oh,
you there?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know I thought you were talking about the guy. Well, I was just going to ask you. So is this? I talked about it the other night. Is it like? Do you think aliens are the ghosts or spirits that we see, or do they use the same portal? I mean, do you know anything like that?
Well, I believe that too. I think your theory about that we are alien and incarnate. I believe it, man. It makes sense. I mean, I don't have the answer. They didn't talk to me like all these emotional pet followers there. Those people that been talking about the same experience for 20, 30 years.
I know, right?
You know, and then they got all their fan club, and then they're addicted to the affection that they give them. I call them emotional pet. They all, you know, and then they had a little experience, and then they stretch it to oblivion, you know?
Oh, yeah, they keep adding to the story.
But I can't stand that. Like, I just...
Are you... Now, this has been
it's
going
so
on...
Easy to, yeah, that, you know, it's like they think they're becoming more spiritual, but they're becoming more delusional.
Right.
You know?
Well,
you know,
I was going to ask you, this is something that's been a lifetime event for you, right?
Which one?
Abduction scenarios.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, this is...
I don't know.
I mean, I went to the... Yeah?
I was going to ask you, did it run in your family? I can't remember if you said...
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, my mom, my sister, my uncle, but I got one of my cousins talk about it a bit, because her kids was going through one kid was going through that.
Yeah.
And I lost a few little cousin, from this suicide,
Oh.
So the kid was like 15, and he didn't know what, So I tried to do my best, man, to tell him, don't worry, it's nothing bad. This, because he was getting really like depressed, and my cousin was telling me that. And my uncle, they like, if you mention it, like he's going like berserk, and I don't know me. I just want to talk about it, man. I want to know what's going on. What is this all about? Like, I just got piece and bits,
Yeah, but
Hey, Rich, man, I got this. Yeah.
Go ahead. You were saying?
Yeah, because when you opened the show, you were talking about dream, right? And I just don't want to forget to tell you about this.
Okay.
One time I dream about, I seen this guy in a white vest, like, those white vests you got in a laboratory?
Yeah.
Like a professor?
Yeah, lab coat.
Yeah, lab coat. There you go. Lab coat. So so I see a person with a white coat and his picture and ID hanging on this jacket. And he's talking and he's writing on a pad. And then in that room, I'm a woman, also wearing a white lab coat, but I'm so weird. I was a woman, and there was others, and we're looking at a piece of a crash. I would say it's UFO, right? A piece of a crash, a craft, that crash. And we look at the piece and we're talking, and then I saw the name on the tag of the one in front of me. And this I can all prove to you, send you picture of the conversation I had with him 6 years ago. So I see the name Don Lincoln, right? And then I wake up, I hook Don Lincoln, and he's the head of the Large Hadron Collider.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you, and then I contact the guy. I said, but I didn't go full blast UFO on him. I just, hey, how are you? Like,
you
I like your
contacted
stuff, Listen, the guy was super cool. He likes like muscle car and rocks, and we're having this. We're talking back and forth every day almost.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got like 20 books out. He's a true scientific skeptic, crazy. And then I start slowly. I said, "Hey, man, I dream about you. That's how I got to contact you." And then I explained the dream. And then he laughed and he said, "Yeah, it's like I can get it back, the message." He said, it's a dream, like he didn't want to go too far. And then a few weeks after, he wrote a book about alien, but not. He said that people that have these abduction, it's in their head. It's not true. And he said that because the gray, we made it so popular that everybody dreams about the little gray. Like he doesn't believe he's
I don't buy that shit at all.
Yeah, me too. But he pissed me off so bad. Watch this. So then when I learned about this book,
Right.
I went off on him. Oh my God. I called him out like and live on this, not in private. And then it didn't go good, he doesn't talk to me. I don't want to talk to him either, but I just think that's crazy, like, for me. And I wanted to say about the dream, man. Maybe someone in the chat or you, because I dream sometime about heaven place, and then I'm right in the same place a month or week, 3 months, did it ever happen to you?
No.
No.
Never, ever have I ever had a dream.
Ever. Okay,
never.
What? Yeah. Okay, so, like, just to say, like, one time I was 12 years old. I dreamed we were on a bike trip with my friend. And then we stopped to his cousin at the farm. I never went there. I'm dreaming. I go inside the house. On my left, there's a stove with a clock. And the needles on the clocks are chicken and roaster. And there's an old lady at the table, and on the fridge, there's a thing you play with the music in your mouth. An harmonica.
Harmonica?
So, yeah, that's it. And then the dream finished like that. Well, 3 days after, I was in that place with the exact same object, the same old lady. It's impossible.
Wow.
It's impossible. This thing baffled me so badly, and I could not have imagined it. It was too much detail. I could have imagined all those little details. It's impossible. So I searched a long time for that, and then nothing was making sense. I cannot find nothing. The only thing I found is that in the fourth dimension, we see in 3 dimensions.
You're right.
Now, right? Okay. So if I was going to stand still, and I will make 5 steps in front and 5 steps behind from where I was standing still, if I would be in the fourth dimension, I could see all 5 steps in the front and 5 steps that I took from the back, all at once. If I have a 5-dimension vision, or whatever you want to call it, then I could see 20 steps in front and 20 steps behind, so I can see past and future kind of like together. Like the movie there, Interstellar. That was like the 5th dimension. You could see a certain time before and after.
Right.
Right. Okay. Now this is what I'm asking. So it's basically saying that our life is already written. We don't have free will. We don't create a reality like The Secret, which I believe very, very hardly. But what is it? If it's already written, it's already there. You cannot go sideways. This is where you're going.
Well, then, let me interrupt, because the law you said you don't believe in the law of attraction?
No, I do.
Oh, well, I do too.
But based on that.
Well, based on that, then the law of attraction would work, because you can open up the doors to the places that have already been written for you. You just have to imagine those doors to open in that reality. And it works for me. I just got promoted, and I'm moving to work back home August 5th. That is something I wanted and envisioned, and it's happening exactly the way I envisioned it.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Okay, so that tells you that we don't have free will. We think we do, but we really don't.
But based on that dream,
I know.
It doesn't matter what I would have created before, or what I would have think, or I try to attract. I would have ended up at that house no matter what.
Yeah,
because it was already written.
Right, but when you're also dreaming, you're doing The Secret as well, because it's your brain, it's the thoughts, and the universe can't tell the difference between dreaming thoughts and real thoughts and thoughts. So of course it happened. But that is strange. I've never had that happen. And I know a lot of people who say they've had it happen. But I never ever dreamed anything that ever came true. Ever. It's just not for me. I guess I just don't have that gift. I have other stuff happening.
I don't think it's a gift, but
You don't? Why wouldn't it be?
No, it's a gift.
You wouldn't
Come
know,
on.
but you wouldn't know it anyway if it was a gift because you wouldn't know how to use it.
Well, all I'm saying is I'm really confused so it doesn't matter what I do right now in my life. It doesn't matter if tomorrow I try to attract whatever. It's not going to change where I'm going. This is, you know what I'm trying to say, though?
I know exactly what you're saying, but
Okay.
you have to know this. There's there's infinite possibilities to where you're going to go. Whatever decision you make, that's the decision that's going to take you to what's already been written for you. If you made a left instead of a right, now you're going that path that has already been written for you. There's an unlimited amount of endings for you that have already been written, depending on what choices you make.
Because if you go with quantum physics, it's like all possibilities just hanging there.
Yeah, till you get to it, right?
Yeah, but how that they knew I was going to be there in 3 days? How could I create something I never seen? So I must have,
Well, that's the mystery, isn't it? Yeah, I mean I guess that's amazing. But you didn't know that was going to be in your future when you saw it until it happened.
In my dream, no, I didn't know. No, I didn't know.
Right, so that tells you that it's already been written. You just happen to see into it. That's why I think when you dream, you're opening up those same chemicals that people hallucinate when they take the ayahuasca. You're seeing exactly the same thing. Yeah, DMT, right? That's exactly what you're doing. You're tapping into it. Now, if we could master it, heck, life would be pretty darn good.
Yeah.
But what fun would that be?
They say the alien, when they take you, they raise your DMT. Maybe that's why the experience is so out of this world. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
You think it? Yeah, right. You think maybe maybe you are hallucinating at some point, and then you get glimpse of your reality too, and it's mixed together, and then you try to explain it after. You sound crazy,
But that's exactly what I've been trying to say. You're 100%. Yeah. I think you're right. I think you tapped in to your original self, your soul, perhaps, and you had just like when I tapped into my dreams where I could hear people's thoughts and I could float and I can go through walls and I could fly, because that's what you are when you're energy. You can do all that stuff. Yeah. So I think we tap into our true self when we dream sometimes. And it happens enough that it keeps you guessing and it makes you wonder. And it actually, for me, Pat, when I have these enjoyable dreams and nightmares, I say thank you for that, because I think it's teaching me what to expect later in life.
Yeah.
Because I've dreamed about death, what it's like to die. I've had that 3 times. So I'm prepared for that. That's why I'm not scared of it. I know what's on the other side.
Sometimes your subconscious will make you jump over a cliff.
It does.
So that you wake up when you fall, but you're not supposed to wake up here. You're supposed to wake up out of body.
Huh.
You see, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make you wake up when you're out of body. When you're out of body,
oh, right,
you're not you. You're you.
Right. You're the real self.
You're another you.
Yeah, you go back to your original form.
Full of love and compassion.
Right.
And no fear. And it's crazy how, and then when you come back, because I went to the Monroe Institute a lot, I did a lot, and when you come back, you can see how the ego played this crazy role of fear, and all the fear gets in, and then you get all defensive and tough, and it's so not you. And then we identify yourself with this aspect of us, but it's not truly us, it's amazed me, and you can't get out of it. Once you're in it and you open your eyes, you got to deal with it. It's like a complete other personality with its own. It's its own being. You know, like Pat here and Pat there. It's like two separate beings for me. And then we cope together in symbiosis kind. You know, and then the Pat that's here, the only thing that Pat knows is everything it was taught to him from a baby. And it's the only thing he can work in his mind. It's everything he learned since that. But the other Pat on the other side, if you want to call it the other side, this Pat is connected with a lot more, you know?
Sure.
And then I think, yeah. And then it tried to talk to you, maybe make you change a decision. Don't go there, don't do that. That's like your real you, and then your other you gets in, and oh, come on, I can't do this. But it's so crazy how it's got like two complete different person, like not completely, but it's, you know, it's anyway, it's, yeah.
Well, it could drive you crazy. Now, in the chat room, some people are saying that dreaming is just your imagination going wild. I don't think so. I think it is and it isn't. I know why they would say that.
A dream, yeah. Maybe, well, how you explain my dream of the future event? How can you explain that if it's just in your mind?
Well, we are taking your word for it. That's the first issue.
Yeah, I know.
So
well, I'm taking his word for it too. I
know. No,
he can go back and forth all day.
Yeah, I know.
Prove to me that I'm wrong.
No, but I'm just saying, we have to play the devil's advocate and think of all ways.
Yeah, for sure. I try to be rational as much as I can. I'm telling it how it is. I'm not the only one that it happens.
No. You're not.
To believe that we are just a physical slab. Anybody inside of them know they are more than. There's more to this than this.
You know.
I know you can be a skeptic because some people are skeptic. They're believers, but they're skeptic because they're looking for the slap. They want the truth to slap them hard.
Right.
So they try to frustrate others. Oh, you don't have any proof. Yeah, well, you have any proof? Yeah, did you see this? Where's your source? Right. You know, they're doing that not in a bad way. They just try to make it surface and, you know, like in their face, you know, they want to know.
Well, let me tell you how fast it'll happen. It can happen overnight. You can become skeptic to believer in one night, like it did for me. I used to think that way, and I need the proof. I need to have it. And then when you get the proof, you're in disbelief for a long time. Like I was in denial for a very long time, almost a year. And then I had another awakening, you know. And I don't like it that I say that I believe there could be something after we're dead, but I really do believe when we die, something else is out there. I really do. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but I think I was shown part of that. And just like you said, you know, you could be, when you're dreaming, you could be tapping into an infinite amount of possibilities.
Yeah, maybe you're tapping in some kind of a quantic field of information.
Not even that, just all the different lives you lived, all the memories that are compounded into one soul, if that's what we think we are. Because I believe we're one light being that chooses species to become part of our memory, you know, a learning experience. So, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like an experience, you know, like whatever I am outside of this body, whatever light being I turn into when I die, maybe I'll choose to be a horse in the next life. I don't think that can happen, but whatever. I think you have to become an equal, like a equal type of brain power. I think if you're a human, you have to come back as a human. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But what, like,
What do you?
who would want to come back
Yeah.
and live in Iran or Afghanistan? Who would want that?
Yeah, but maybe there's just not this planet here.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe there's like when you would go there. I wanted to write a book about that. I wanted to call it Soul Gambler. Maybe when you go there, then you gamble your experience. You know, hey, I got these 3 experience from Earth. Yeah, can I trade it for, you know, an experience on this planet and this being? You know, maybe there's like other planet that you can choose to. Maybe it's like a game, you know, like you know that scientific guy there with the virtual reality there. They said it's the reality is a computer.
Oh, the Matrix reality.
Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He
It's a
said that's what he
simulation,
said,
yeah.
you know. He said it's like a simulation, and we can choose here or there, or you know, in different beings and different.
That's why the law of attraction works.
Yeah.
Because you're telling the simulation what you want, and if you keep doing it, it'll recognize it, and it'll be like, okay, here it comes. It's just going to take a while. It's coming, though. Look, I'm telling you, man, I don't know how it works, but it effing works. For me, it does. And I think because I really get into the detail of my imagination, I imagine smells, touch, every single, what my feet feel like in my shoes, you know, everything you can imagine.
Yeah, that's the trick. It's the more detail.
Yeah, I manifest shit overnight. That's how quick it happens. It sucks because even the stuff I don't want to happen because I thought about it. You know, like what if if I get scared and I'm afraid I'm going to lose my job, and now I'm imagining losing my job, well, then they'll fire me tomorrow.
Yeah, but when you do think about that, you're like, oh no. I'm like, oh no, I don't want that in my head.
Yeah, get out of it. Right?
You know.
Yep.
But you know what I found though? I found out that if you try to attract something towards you, but then you fear more not to have it, like you fear that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, or it's not going to be like you thought. You know, you got to be like 100% confident and clear in your intention, and you pay attention and you focus on the detail of what you want with certainty, you know, like severity, discipline. You know, and me, I had Corvette. I used to have a garage and restore Corvette.
Nice.
And I attract so many. Like, I would just put the picture, imagine myself in it, smelling it, touching it, walking around it, saying it's mine. I got it. It's right here. And 3-4 months after, I had the opportunity to get the exact same model. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, time is flying by right now. So what I'd like to do with you, because we only have another 35 minutes left, if that. Is there any abduction that you have never wanted to talk about and will share tonight, or maybe a second one that you wouldn't want to talk about? Like, I want to hear, and I hate to do this to you because, you know, it's your personal life, but here we are. We want to teach people that abductions are really happening and tell our stories. And sometimes it's therapy. So is there anything you wanted to share with us tonight that is just unreal, that you couldn't believe it? Scary or not?
Well,
do you have a favorite?
Well, me, it's the whole thing puzzled me as why me. And look, like when they came to take my sperm, right?
Mm-hmm.
They made things in my head, so I don't see that. I see a nice woman They make me envision a nice woman in my head. I'm making love with her, but the whole time that's not what's going on, you know. And that part of this is where I think it's. I don't know. Is it that good, like they say? You know, like I want to be. You know, when the one that look in my eyes and I cry out of love. You remember I was saying?
Yeah.
So then that, but then you got this other aspect of that you're hiding it, and then you extract this for me, and you hide, you know, you don't want me to know that part, but then there's that big loving part. You look in my eyes, and you know, like I'm so confused. I don't know what to believe. Am I manipulated? You know, that part really stick to me, like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, Rich. I like, you know, like I say it the last time there, like how they so that part I don't like, you know.
I could see why. But
I don't know what they're doing with this. What they're doing with this, you know, like I don't believe there's hybrid walking among us. Like I don't know. I have a hard time with that, man. Maybe it's true. I don't think it's not true, but I mean they're doing something with that. They're creating something. Is it other planet with other human, and they're like the boss? They collecting lost energy.
Well, that's that's the thing that's weird. It's like, why are they here this long, taking sperm, you know, doing all these tests this whole time?
And you can get sperm anywhere. I mean, I'm sure, you know, they can go to the, you know, the bank thing there.
They can go to the ATM.
You know, no, but I'm saying I don't. I don't get it. You know, I can derail, you know, and start imagining things and say, but I'm not like that, Rich. I keep it for what I know, you know. It's easy for me if I want to make up things, but this is basically what happened to me, you know. Like I said the last time, they come like that. It's pretty much the same routine. You know, one time I usually film them before they come in the day. And then one time I was like, oh, I'm not going to stay awake, you know. I'm not going to go to bed at all. And then it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I bent to pet my dog. And when I get up my head from the table, and 4 hours, 4 hours had passed. You know, it's that fast. Like I cannot. I tried to. The only thing I found that if you really want to maybe have a chance to communicate and know something, I believe it's through consciousness. I believe it's a muscle that you develop, and after some time it gets so developed, like a bodybuilder, that you're able to know more about that, you know, or contact or talks, or I don't know. But I think it's the only way to these beings, you know. It's like you have to have some kind of a higher consciousness, and I'm not saying a higher consciousness in a super divine way or anything like that. Just like you know, like a higher consciousness, you know.
Yeah.
Without any belief falling into it, like unconditional consciousness.
Do you?
And I believe that it's the only way to get some answer with that.
Is there anything you can do to call them to you?
I don't think I get that power.
Have you ever tried?
I went through a phase, man, that I thought he was talking in my head, because he talked to me in my head during some experience, and then after, I thought they were telling me things in the day to do things, and I think I was losing it, man. And I had no one to talk about it, and I didn't know if it was true or not, and I decided that it was not true, and I was making it up, and I think at some point, maybe a few times, I think I was talking with something, and that I don't feel like I have any like say so, or can you come tonight, or can you talk, or it's so weird, and it's like the whole thing is like they make it look so funny. Like it's very hard to explain the humor, but it's like I found myself laugh a few times. Like it's like they know us so good. They know how to make us feel, and how to make us comfortable, or if and I don't know, at some time I just thought he was talking in my head, but like I said, I think I dismissed it,
I wanted to ask you, do you ever get the idea that they're from one other planet, or are they from here? Do you have any inkling of that?
That's another thing that I think they're I don't know. I think they're from another dimension, if you want to call it that. I don't think they're from another planet. Not the one that I experienced anyway. I might be completely wrong, though. But I have the feeling that it's something beyond, or I have a hard way to think that a spaceship came and then traveled at certain speed, came here and I think they're more advanced than that. I think they do things in a way more advanced thing than a spaceship coming here and then going back and they got cloaking device. And maybe that's also true, and it's happening too. But I think that the one that came for me, I think they're more advanced than that. They have maybe it's another kind of technology that make it look like more like a paranormal way of, like magic,
yeah.
That French researcher there, Jacques Vallée.
Yeah.
And one of his books, he said that in the 1600s, there was these two scientific that study magical ritual as a scientific study. So they make the ritual and all that to study it. And he said at one point, two beings appear, and it was the way they described the being were two grays. So that was described in the 16th. It's in his book, Passport to Mongolia. It's in there, the story.
That's crazy.
So how could they, it's like they're behind, they're in another kind of reality or world, or there's so much we can imagine us. We're kind of limited, we get glimpses from movies and here and this, and we try to make something out of it,
I have a feeling that it is us.
Yeah, in the future?
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's impossible to time travel, but let's say it is possible. It just sounds like it would be something man would do. Like they're getting our DNA for the future because it's a bad future. They're keeping humanity going. Maybe they've been here forever because they can come and go forever. I don't know. If you think there's so much. There's
billions of planet like Earth. So maybe they're starting some Adam and Eve at other place.
Right.
It's possible. Maybe they put Adam and Eve human in other planet and start civilization in other. Maybe we're not the only human planet. Maybe one day we'll find out that there's like maybe 100 planet with humans just like us, that some grow and then like evaluate it one way, the other another way, and
well,
I don't know what the purpose would, but
they would have to make the planet have oxygen like we do, seasons like we do. They would have to bring the moon in and they'll put a moon in orbits. Who knows?
Yeah, but who knows? Yeah, exactly. But they're doing something with that. That's for sure. They're behind something, and I don't believe that we're the only planet with humans. Like, if that's what they do, I believe that there's many, like in, Reverend John Pope.
What?
He wrote a book called Yahweh's an Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy said that entity, Yahweh, had over 1,000 planets with human.
I don't know. Why not? I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not, exactly.
But how?
Because
how do they get there?
Here, ancient civilization here, like how many civilization advanced was it in the past? They said there was over 7. I mean, what happened? They wiped the whole place at a certain point. Okay, we fucked up.
Well, that's
start again, or
yeah, that's what I think's going to happen to us. We're going to get to our peak, which I think we're almost there, and then because the planet can't give us the food it needs to anymore, the resources are not there for us anymore. Whatever, maybe in 20, 30 years they just blasted all the bits.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And
like
start
Mars.
over. Right. Mars or Atlantis.
Yeah. Yeah, but why? Why would they do that? Like,
well,
listen, even if we become evil, like the most, like an evil empire, the universe is so big, like, who cares? I mean, you could be whatever it's so big and wide, like,
but
it must be something else, another reason, and not because we're bad.
No, well, then how about maybe as soon as we find out that we can travel from star to star in an instant, maybe then they get rid of it. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like, where do they go? Where do all these ancient civilizations go? They just die.
Yeah,
if they're so smart.
What happened?
Right.
There's the guy, the remote viewer guy, an old guy that used to work with the government. I forgot his name. It's sorry, and I'm not good with names. But anyway, he said he was in a ship one time, and then the gray were all scared of him. And there was a taller gray that he was not. And then he asked why they're scared of me, because he said that you don't know the potential of your brain yet, but it can be so powerful that they see it and they're scared, Supposedly that we have the capacity to look remote view the future, the past, and the four corners of the universe. And he was saying that they free us. They don't want us to evolve a certain way and become like, because of that, But I don't know. It's a story like another, I guess, right?
Hey, man, you know what? There's no wrong story.
No, but
well,
I just, but it's so like we don't have any answer, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, but okay, let's go back to you because you've been having these experiences. So what are they for? Have you figured it out?
No, man. The only thing I hook on is like, I believe that maybe we're like soul group. We're like beings
Did you
living
say?
in another place.
Wait, did you just say
And
I
then
am Groot?
I am Groot. I am Groot.
I am Groot. I am Groot. No, I thought you said something like that. I was really asking you. I didn't understand what you said. Are we a group, did you say?
No, a soul group.
Oh, okay.
And that we're like a bunch of beings, and then we all together, and then we incarnate in these. We got different places we can go. We don't have planet Earth, but then, okay, you'll be the father, you'll be the sister, and then we all come and incarnate, and then go to school, learn. I don't know, grow from it, evolve. Or a consciousness, like that. Through, I'm not saying it's this. It's the only thing I can, because there's too much like you, for example.
Me?
Yeah.
What about me? What did I do?
No, but we both Pisces.
Oh,
your parents too, right?
My what?
Your parents.
Just my mother.
Okay, both my parents. Well, we almost did all the same. We had the dog 15 years old. They almost died the same time. Monroe one time, he went to a place called the Hyder Cluster.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a soul group. And there was like line coming out of it. And he followed a line, and he ended up in Russia at some woman's house. And then he gathered enough information, and he got in touch with her. And then when he spoke to her, she was working on the same thing he was working too, on Amy Sink.
That's weird.
Yeah, but I know. So that make me think that maybe we're, like you said, we're an entity split in many parts, gathering information for one entity. So that's why our life is almost alike kind. And we all get in touch with each other, and we all gathering information and experience, and we bring it back to the bigger entity. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just talking,
No, it's good that you're talking, because I'm trying to figure it out myself while you're talking, see if it makes sense with anything. Because I don't think I've been abducted. People say I have, but I don't think so. But abduction is a pretty powerful thing to happen to you. It has got to be probably the scariest thing that'll ever happen, other than near death. I can't imagine it being a good experience at all. So if they're putting us...
They have different groups.
What?
Different group of ET. They work differently. Me, they hide it from me for...
Why can't...
remember when they were pulling my arm, and then I lift on the bed and I couldn't see nothing?
Yeah.
They were hiding it for me, and some others, ET work like they don't hide. They don't care kind. It looks like they don't care. Those one, I guess if they would have come full-fledged like that, if I would have seen the whole thing, I think I would have freaked out too.
I'm sure
I would have been like, what the hell?
From what I understand, these aliens are really ugly. And, I was watching this show, I don't remember where it was, maybe Ancient Aliens, but the odds of another alien species having 2 eyes, 2 noses, 2 ears, it's almost impossible. And,
well, the one I saw, he looks like a 5-year-old.
Oh,
the one that looked at me in my eyes, and I felt it was the love, from an affection from my parents.
Sure, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That kind of love.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that, and
you never
so
forget
intense, it. I cry. No, I'll never forget that. And he was like the size of a 5-year-old kid.
Wow.
With vanilla color skin. And he had wrinkle under his eyes. He was very old.
I got you.
Like he was, yeah. So I
Maybe
don't
that
know,
would.
man.
Maybe that's you.
You think so?
Maybe.
I think he put that in my head to not make me panic.
Let me tell you something. I had that dream where I call it a dream, but it seems so effing real, where when I woke up and I was about to lift my head, somebody, which I think was me, whispered in my ear, "I'll be in your head before you wake up." Like,
Yeah.
maybe when we're getting abducted, or maybe it's us just taking care of us, taking care of the soul inside of the body that we're in. Maybe there's things going wrong. We can't, we don't go to the doctor. We don't know. Maybe they're fixing a joint, or, it's just bizarre, or maybe adjusting.
Like another part of you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's just
like
bizarre.
other parts of you that hiding themselves behind an alien. No, come on.
No.
Is that what you mean? No.
Well, I think, I don't know, man. I like you said, maybe they're working together. I never saw the face of the thing that whispered in my ear, but I did.
Maybe it was you.
Well, when I do the voice,
I'll be in your head before you wake up.
Okay, oh yeah, like that.
That's me. When I do the impression, that is exactly what I heard. So that's why I think, and plus it said, "I'll be in your head before you wake up." Either that's me listening to me, talking to me, or there's somebody else that puts a chip in my head that can hear and see and feel everything, like virtual reality. Like I'm a puppet.
But you were probably out of your body.
Maybe.
Like I said earlier, like you're completely another person.
Yeah, but 3 nights earlier, there was an alien at the foot of my bed shooting a blue beam into my ear. And I woke up in pain and saw the alien at the foot of the bed.
That was real. That was no dream.
Oh, I'm telling you, bro, it was so fucking real. I mean...
No, that was no dream. You're just denying it.
Let me tell you something. I was scared out of my mind, frozen. I couldn't move. Couldn't move.
Me, they did something to my left eyes. And it's like I have hair behind it since.
Oh
and
my
I'm so
God!
sensible to light.
I can't believe you just said that. I've been having an issue with my right eye for weeks, months. Like there's a hair in there and I can't get it out. It's always blurry.
Yeah, that's it. Me too, man. It's like I have that for like 10 years.
Oh no, I have it a lot, but not that long. Sometimes it'll go away.
Yeah,
but I can't get it to go away.
If my eyeball were removed and put back, and there's like hair that's staying in the back or something.
That's amazing. I mean, today I put and when I put eye drops in that eye, it burns like a bitch, even though it's not red.
Oh yeah.
Well,
you sensible to light?
Very. Yeah,
me too.
When I'm in my home at night, all the lights are off except for the TV.
Yeah, me too.
And my parents, they're like, "Why are you wearing glasses indoors?" My eyes hurt. And I'll take them off after a few minutes, but I adjust,
Yeah.
And I have blue eyes, so people with light-colored eyes are more sensitive to light anyway.
Yeah, they agree with me.
But I have really sensitive eyes. That's because I think I looked at a solar eclipse when I was 10 years old.
We all did that.
Right. Don't look at that. Don't look at it. Burn.
Like Trump, look at it. Like,
yes.
Remember?
Yes. He's burning his eyes.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So,
I don't know about those aliens, man. I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't know. They could be entity, evil, little demon that people described back in the days. They could be anything, man. It's just, but the technology they use, they're not little demon like we read in the book. If they are, I mean, the technology they have is like, it's beyond, it's not magic, it's technology. They use a machine, and stuff to make you it's not all in the mind anyway. I don't believe that.
Let me ask you this, because we're short. We're running out of time soon. But
Yeah, no problem, Rich.
I want to know what you think about what these pilots saw, that square inside of a circle UFO. Forget what I said about it, because I think it's sacred geometry, and I think that's a communication device, even though it's a UFO. But what do you think about these strange objects that they saw?
I got two things to tell you about that.
Good.
I have a book of I know it's just of Grant Cameron, right?
Who else?
And then he, yeah. Oh, I have a lot. I have a huge collection of esoteric books. Anyway, and the passage in it, he talks about the Mars jump. You heard about that, right?
The Mars jump,
that
yeah.
Obama jumped to Mars or whatever. Okay, well, he's got picture in there, and it's a triangle and a square and a half circle moon inside the triangle. And then the guy jumped in it, like jumped like Superman.
Yeah.
And then supposedly you go to whatever, Mars or whatever. But back when I was taking my class at the Monroe Institute, Monroe used to give you a triangle, red, and a blue dot in the middle. And he said if you focus long enough on it, it will help you have a outer body. Well, that same geometry was in the Mars jump thing picture. So when you said that the other day with the spaceship, I was like, maybe that's how you jump from one place to another, you know?
Maybe.
It's geometry, like you say, you know, it creates a...
Oh, shit. Right. Good call. That's interesting.
You know, it creates a singularity, maybe.
Right.
Something, I don't know.
Right. That's a moving portal.
Yeah.
Oh,
like Stargate.
That is amazing that you just said that. I've never heard anybody say that yet. Hold on, I got to write that down because I need to look into this. That is unbelievable what you just said. You know that is.
I'll send you the picture of the Mars jump.
Yes,
the thing.
Yes, because that is. I can't explain how exciting that sounds.
Because these two are related. Monroe said if you focus hard enough, you go out of your body. Then this guy with the picture, then your spaceship. I don't know, man. There has to be some kind of a portal. It's opening up something.
That is phenomenal. And these circles and the squares have been seen all over in all of the crop circles. Oh my God, that may be something that could be a piece of the puzzle nobody's ever thought of.
I always thought that too. Hey, one time I got abducted when I was 18. And I just remember them grabbing me and moving me and not really paying attention to me. But it's after the weeks after that follow it, I was just addicted to crop circle. Like, it's like there was something I was seeing, but I just couldn't really describe what I was looking for, kind of. It was like I was magnetized by crop circle and triangles. And I heard a documentary one time, and they said that usually people that get around alien, they always drawing triangles.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
I definitely know that's true for sure. I know two people that do that.
So, no, but to come back to your geometry thing, there must be something, we remember and it's in our head. It's maybe like, let's say it's a portal. So when we open it, we're doing it, we're going through it. Maybe it's so deep in our memory that it stick with us, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know, but I believe that.
Look, man, if you and I talked like this every day, we would solve this shit. I know it. We would be able to solve the mysteries of the aliens and everything. Because you said something interesting about a half hour ago. You said there's different species possibly doing different things. So, with that being said, there is and I can't say who, but it's pretty high up in the government, this information that was passed down to me, that there's a species that just won't talk to us. There's 5 of them. 4 of them we're friendly with. The 5th one is kind of a new species, but it's not communicating with us or the other aliens, and the other aliens are protecting us from them. That's the rumor that's going on, with the higher-ups, I guess. And this one species is probably waiting for that treaty to end next year, and who knows? Because if you listen to Dr. Greer, he's certain there is going to be a false flag alien invasion anytime.
Yeah. Well, how many times did you hear that?
Hundreds.
On documentary and all that they had they fought against a alien here, like in the Antarctica with Byrd, General Byrd. When he went down there, they said but it's supposedly that this happened a lot. Little interaction like that, not just there. And remember, I told you that's from Linda Moldenhauer.
Yeah.
But she said in Russia, like they shot at a spaceship, and the aliens were down on the ground, and they all made a circle, and then they create like this electricity, and they all turn like a salt. The body of the Russian soldier that was watching it, they turn into salt.
Oh, right.
Like the Bible story. The Bible story, they said, don't look at the... Well,
Medusa.
Just say. So I don't know, maybe, maybe we're at war with a race. It's been a long time, and we're backed up with others, and because the way they describe some of those little interactions, it's like the American military it's with a race fighting this race, according to Linda.
I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, for sure. You don't take that seriously. But
if there was a war going on, we'd definitely be seeing it. The astronomers would be picking it up. Hubble would probably get knocked out. Our satellites would be falling out of the sky. No, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, those events were in World War II.
Yeah.
She said, anyway.
The Foo Fighters.
They said that there's a race that could, with just one thought, make the Earth disappear, kind of,
That's crazy talk,
They're like
right?
super. They said that, and Monroe, right? You learn that, like a reason, a grape, a grapevine. The reason?
For what?
The fruit. The fruit.
Wait.
Fruit on a grapevine.
Oh, yeah, it's a grape, yeah.
Okay, how it looks like, all together?
Oh, it looks like the universe.
Yeah, no, wait. They say that every fruit is a universe. Okay?
Okay.
And that there's a race of beings that are capable of crossing one fruit to another.
Like the fruit of the loom?
yeah, that's it. Just like that. Yeah. So they're capable of jumping from one universe to another.
God. Maybe that's what black holes are
race.
for.
I told you. I don't know if it's true though, but with their talk, they're so powerful. Like they can. They said they came here 2 times. I always believe in. They say 100 when the dinosaur got its instinct. I always believe there was something before that here.
Oh yeah, I know. Right? Yeah. Like
somebody digging a mineral or something, man. There was something else here.
It's very strange because they found that axe that they said is over 1 million years old or something like that. They found that.
They found
the pickaxe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's a silver pot too for like 800,000 years old.
It's very strange. I don't know. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, this planet, we know jack shit about what happened.
It's true, man.
On this planet.
I mean, you believe a meteorite killed the whole thing?
A meteor?
You believe in that? Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I could see that how it would happen, but I don't know. What do I know? They don't.
It looks like they clean up.
Right. Well, they lied to us about oil, so we know oil isn't fossil fuels. It's a natural.
No, it's mineral.
Right, and there's a ton of it. There's so much of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's why we now, the United States is now an exporter of oil for the first time ever.
They fucking liar. They crazy.
Right.
They bullshit.
Remember in the Persian Gulf War when they uncapped all the oil wells and it was $130 a barrel and we were paying $5 a gallon. Shit. They could charge us 50 cents a gallon and make billions of dollars.
I know, right? And there's nothing you can do.
Nothing.
Just take it, man.
Nothing.
It's crazy, look. Yeah.
So if you think about that, every time I see gas prices drop, a major catastrophe usually happens shortly after. I've noticed it. It's as if they're getting their money to pay for the disaster relief, because they are practicing weather modification. I'm talking our government, the whole world. All the governments are doing it, I think. I think they're all together. They're all in on it.
Are they holding on that oil like crazy, man?
That's what a scam, right?
I know, right?
Freaking oil. It's been there the whole time, idiots. What do we know? That's what I'm saying. We're just on the outside looking in, and even if we're looking in, we're not looking all the way in. We're just seeing the outer shell of the inn. It's very difficult to know what aliens are doing since nobody knows. Nobody knows. I don't care who you are. No. I don't care if you can remote view to Mars, Uranus, Saturn, everywhere. You don't know jack shit. Anyway, I'm just saying. They have to be together. They have to have contact. What do you mean?
Let's say the American military, they have to be in contact with one of a race or something because it makes no sense.
Absolutely,
the way they treat UFO, UAP, whatever, the way they react to this, like it's not much. Oh yeah. They have to know there's something behind that they're covering it up.
Yes.
And the ET, they were all these people talk. Say, I got visited. I got a message. We got to get all together with love and brotherhood, and they want. Hey man, if the ET want disclosure, it would happen tomorrow.
Right.
So if and don't give me that shit that we all gonna panic. Don't worry. You're not gonna start running in the street. If they park a ship beside Mars, a little ship, so everybody can see it for a day and then disappear. You only need to do that. You know, so don't give me that shit that we all going to freak out to.
Wait a second now,
You know,
Mister.
so-
Wait a second, Mr. Walker, Texas Ranger. Because if these aliens showed themselves to us, and we know for sure, even if they parked at Saturn, yeah, I believe for damn sure there would be rioting in the streets. I really do.
Well, what?
Because
Why?
everybody,
What?
because it's an excuse to just do it. Yeah, the end of the
You're
world
gonna
is
run
coming.
where?
Just go
You're
steal.
gonna run where?
They're gonna steal TVs, food, everything. Then that's it.
Nah,
It's
I don't
just-
think so. You think so? Yeah.
I really do. I honestly do.
I just can't see this happen, man.
I'm telling you,
I don't see it.
Maybe not where you're from, but here in the United States, you got L.A., New York, Chicago are definitely going to riot, and then in some places in Arkansas, Fresno definitely will. Arizona,
Yeah, but-
we probably won't.
But let's say they do it like that. Let's say in a few months from now, the scientific said, okay, we got proved the Uma there, it was a spaceship.
Right.
So nobody's going to riot in the street. No, you don't think so?
Because it didn't look like a spaceship. It looked like a rock.
No, I know, but you know, let's say they will come out in a few months and say, okay, we study it, and it's a ship. You know, it's that's it. This is what it is. You know, I don't think people will. You know, if you do it, there's a certain way to do it. I mean,
Yeah. There
you don't
is.
come on TV and play the overlord, but
There is a certain way to do it, and they just can't. They can't.
well, they
I'm
don't. They
telling
don't
you.
want to do it. That's for sure. That's clear to me. They both hiding something. The government and them, they're hiding something. You know, one time I talked with the publisher of UFO books about my abduction, and then he said that his wife was also abducted. And then at one time he wrote me and he said, give me your name and birth date and all that. And he said, my wife, she knows some people in the military, and they can remove you from the list. I was like, what? Like, what list? What are you talking about? He said there was an agreement. You know about that?
No, but I'm just moaning about what you're saying, what he said.
Yeah, so he said that there was like that agreement you talk about there, that they're allowed to abduct people, but not to kill them.
Right.
In exchange, they got some military equipment, whatever. But then he told me that I could get off the list, you know? I never did nothing. I didn't, but I just, you know, find out weird. Maybe it's true, you know, maybe they are together doing, maybe this is true. This is what happened. It's an agreement like that. And no, it looks like that way. It looks like they're allowed to take people, but bring them back. And the military act like they didn't see nothing, or, you know, when you tell them, oh, we saw, you know, how they act, they all in denial.
Well, wait, because
You don't think it's something fishy going on there?
Yeah, because a lot of abductees talk about seeing a human in with the aliens when they're getting operated on or checked up or whatever it is. They say they see men in military suits.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
In the
I read
background,
that.
like watching, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, we got to go.
Yeah, exactly.
We're at the end of the show. Man, that was
All
really
right.
good. So I know I don't want to go anymore because I got to do 3 shows a week, so 4. But it was different. I didn't think we were going to talk about the stuff we did. I figured we were going to be in an abduction mode most of the night, but I really enjoyed what we talked about. So I can't thank you
Well, I'm
enough for
sorry
coming on. No,
I
don't
hope I
be.
didn't disappoint you.
No, not at all. Not even close. I thought it was better than you could have brought. I mean, it was awesome. You know,
All right.
I mean, we advertised it. We talked about abductions. We talked about it. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, well, I pretty much said the last show. I explained how, you know, I explained it there. I didn't want to repeat myself, you know.
No, I thought it was better than I thought, but I'm glad that you came back on. It was fun. And for people who don't know, Pat is going to be a new moderator in the chat room. So come next show, I'll have you on there. Hey, by the way, you have to comment on my show tonight in the comment section so I can turn you into a moderator. I can't figure out how to do it the other way.
All right.
So just
I did it, though.
Did you comment in the last show?
I commented on the 5-minute show you did.
Oh, okay. Then I'll take it from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just when B. Baker and Nathan are not there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks, man. Pat Walker, Texas Ranger. What a great
Cool.
2 hours. So I'm going to dismiss you from the line here, and I'm going to button up the show. So I will talk to you in a few minutes. Thanks again, bud. It was awesome.
Hey, thank you, man.
Great time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
That was unbelievable. It was so different from what I thought. Just, it's nice to hear somebody else's point of view that who is an abductee, who has been, I guess, been experiencing this stuff for a lifetime, trying to bring some insight as to what's really possibly going on with abductions. Pat seems to think there may be an agreement with some of these species to take us and trade out technology for body parts. I don't know, man. Nobody knows. That's the thing. And I don't think disclosure is going to happen anytime soon. I think if it's going at the pace it's going at now, with the way To the Stars Academy claims that they are doing this drip disclosure. Actually, they didn't claim anything like that, just to be honest. But other people said it for them, mainly that Twitter brigade. But I believe that there's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of nothing. It's fun. It's good to talk about. But we are not any closer now to disclosure than we were 18 months ago. Yeah, so what? Now their stories can be told. So what? That's the military. What about abductees? What about all that stuff? Everybody wants to talk, but nobody wants to explain it. I don't know. Call me crazy. Anyway, Pat, thank you for coming on tonight, and everybody who came into the show. Great show tonight. Went by really fast. I want to thank you all. We'll be back Wednesday right here on Goof on Radio Stream. You can find me here. Let me pull it up. Right there. goofon.net. That's where the website is. You can join and get your own web page there. goofon.org. If you want to donate to the Goofomania, please do at goofon.org. That is the original website for Goof On Network. And as you can see here, to the right of me, that's the website. Anyway, we're also on Twitter, Facebook, and there and abouts. So thank you very much for hanging out. Pat, hey, get that back. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good night. Thank you, B. Baker, Nathan, and everybody else. I'm Rich Giordano from Goof on Radio Stream. Adios.